Don't let tomorrow's solutions get stuck on today's obstacles. Help move what matters at Iowa State. Iowa State students have big ideas.
My name is Cam Schaefer. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Spock's Sanctuary, which is a exotic companion animal rescue, and we provide other services in education and nutrition.
And it all started with a little help from cyclones like you.
I thought at our age, life would slow down.
Not with everything we need to coordinate.
My overtime, his basketball league,
My podiatrist and her PT,
his colonoscopy.
her allergist.
We need to be in 2 places at once, which is no problem, because the Iowa Clinic has over 40 specialties all in one place. So when our doctors want to coordinate our care, they just talk to each other.
Our doctors work together to figure out the best care for us, so we can go back to our busy lives, juggling our doctors, our careers.
Our grandchild.
Care how you want it. Visit iowaclinic.com.
Hey everybody, little pregame. Normally I am down in my office or at Hilton Coliseum. I apologize. These Tuesday night games, when my wife works and I've got 2 kids and running them around, it's a little bit difficult. So I'm up here in my kitchen. I don't have my normal microphone. But we're going to knock this thing out. Afterwards, I'll have postgame, just like I always do here on the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network. Of course, we are also streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The Cyclones are on the road tonight at Texas in a game that I don't have a great feel for. We're going to get to the Longhorn Network thing. I have like 15 people texting me, how do you watch the game tonight? I'll walk you through how I'm doing it at least. Well, I guess I could just do that right now. So you guys can get moving on it. So what I did, I used to have Dish Network, so I never had a problem with it because Longhorn Network is on Dish Network. I no longer have that as I cut the cord. So what I did is I'm just doing a 1-month membership to Sling. If you go to sling.com, there's an app. If you have, Fire TV, Apple TV, any of that stuff, it's an app that comes with anything. And I'm just paying for it for 1 month. It's $50, or you could, as Joey's saying, just support our friends over at the Cyclone Radio Network. I need to watch the game because that's what I do for a living. That's what I chose to do. I just feel like a pay-per-view thing. This will be the last time Iowa State will ever play on the Longhorn Network. If you guys have any other recommendations on how to watch the game, feel free to put it here in the comments. But that's what I'm doing. I went to sling.com, and I just got a month membership, and I will cancel it tomorrow. Okay, got that out of the way. I don't really know. I don't have a great feel on tonight. It's a Big 12 road game, so you expect to lose. At least I do. This is how I view all of these. Maybe that's a bad mentality, but it's really hard if you watched Kansas at Kansas State last night. It's very difficult to win on the road in this league. So I thought going into this, it's set up better for Iowa State to win on Saturday night against Baylor. I thought that this would be a tougher spot as they didn't come home, so the team stayed in Texas. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a good thing for the team. Maybe it's maybe it's a situation where the guys are all spending more time together and it's a little bit of a tournament feel. I don't know. It's possible. Otz's teams tend to play well on the road. They're not great, but nobody's great on the road in this league. So I think it'll be a game. I don't think Texas is as good as they have been. They have some really good players. Tyrese Hunter being one of them. Abrams is fantastic. One of the best guards in the league. Disu's really good. So yeah, they have really good players. But I think Iowa State's roster is better than Texas. Looks like Texas is going to settle in between a 2 and a 3-point favorite tonight over Iowa State. Seems about right. The analytics would count this to be either a pick'em or Texas is a 1-point favorite. So giving them a few more makes a lot of sense to me. Really, this sounds really dumb. It's not dumb. It's actually very basic analysis. if Iowa State wins tonight, they have to make some free throws, right? And it's just such lowest common denominator analysis. But if Iowa State wins tonight, we can all come together and say it's probably going to be a close game, right? And I just repeatedly, when you look at how this Iowa State team scores, they score in transition and they score around the basket. Well, you get fouled a lot in transition and around the basket, especially when you're on the road where shots don't fall as often. You've got to take advantage of the freebies. If they're just decent the other night against Baylor, they win. They were horrible. They lost. So, I mean, yeah, like if I have to make a prediction tonight, I would pick Texas to win just because of, what Iowa State, what all these Big 12 road teams are up against. But I don't think Texas is better than Iowa State. Does that make sense? Regardless, great opportunity here for the Cyclones tonight. This is what gets so much fun. We get into this time of year. It's my favorite time of year for basketball. The next really month and a half is just you can't beat it. If Iowa State wins tonight, that would, assuming Houston holds on to this fairly insurmountable lead that they've built up over Oklahoma State, you're right there for a share of the Big 12 going into a little bit of a stretch where you got some home games, right? Like stealing these games on the road are just huge. You got to get a couple of them if you want to be in the conversation for the championship. And Iowa State's got tonight with Texas. The next road game after that is at Cincinnati, which is a game almost identical to tonight, where the analytics see you as it's a 1-point differential. Man, split these next two road games, take care of business at home. Iowa State's going to have a shot to win this league, but they got to get a couple of these road games. I would circle March 2nd at Central Florida on that list, and boy, it's going to be tough to go into Manhattan on the final game of the year on March 9th and win, but crazier things have happened. I was kind of hoping that Kansas State would just be out of it by then and not even be in the mix, but they really came together for the the greater of that program and beat up on Texas last night. So it's a situation going into tonight. I think it's a toss-up game. I would lean Texas. I think that's the smart way to go. But nonetheless, Iowa State will have a shot. They got to make some free throws, though. And you just got to shoot better. They missed so many bunnies against Baylor the other night. Like, that's where I said, and some of you disagreed with me, where I said I didn't feel like Iowa State really deserved to win that game because they didn't make enough plays, really, right? I mean, Keyshawn Gilbert did, but the rest, there was just so many points left out there. You didn't feel like, oh, man, this was this great effort by Iowa State that game. No, you felt like Baylor kind of lost it. And they got to be better. They got to be better across the board tonight to win in Texas. And don't look past the Tyrese Hunter thing and then the bad blood between just these two programs. That will absolutely be a thing coming up tonight in Austin. So tough atmosphere. 2 atmospheres in a row will be tough, but that's what you expect on the road in this league. I will be here after the game. Come and join me on the stream. I think Rob Gray's going to hop on for a little post game with me tonight. We look forward to sharing that with all of you. Enjoy the game, and we'll be here right after the final gun.